Hello and good morning. I do believe it is morning. It is 11:33, Sunday, December the 5th. So tomorrow is in-service day, first day back to work after winter break. I'm sad to be going back, but my head has been so far in the clouds. I know that I need some something to stabilize me a little bit. I need some reality because I have just been living in fantasy land for the past week or so. I've been wanting to get this video out for a while, but finally I have the gumption to do it. I recorded it once, and then I went and I looked at my phone, and I realized that I had ran out of storage on my phone, and so it wasn't recording about half of it. So Chrome is not responding. There we go. So I waited for a while to do it again because I got not so frustrated. I was just like, well, boo. Now I have to do all of that all over again. Like, what? And I do tend to ramble on. But this video is going to be my 2024 cottage transformation and my goals for 2025. So last year in January, I made a video of all of the renovations that I had done in 2023, which is the first year that I lived here. Everything that I painted, everything that I did. So if you want to see what this building looked like when I first got here, I recommend going and watching that video. I rewatched it before taking notes for this video. So I really liked it. It was fun to see and remember what it looked like when I first got here. And remember that I slept on a couch for 3 months. I completely forgot about that. Anyway, what I said at the end of the last video of the 2023 cottage renovations, I said what I wanted to accomplish in the year 2024. So the things that I said that I wanted to accomplish is getting my washer and dryer, or getting a washer and dryer and having those hooked up, and I did accomplish that. The second thing I said that I wanted to accomplish is replacing the door and the window frames that were rotted and replacing the cracked windows. I did not get either of those done. However, the window frames is in the works. I have the wood for that. A very nice lady who goes to my church, and her son is a carpenter. They brought wood over here, and they said that they would come by just whenever they have the time and take care of those rotted door and window frames, which is so sweet. So hopefully that's gonna get done here pretty soon, thanks to those nice people. Third thing I said I wanted to get done is painting the exterior of the house, which I did some of, and then I didn't finish, partly because of the weather. It got, like, our summers here get really, really hot, like 112, 113, and I just don't want to be outside. I tried, actually. I have some of the front of the house done, and it's just the very, very tippity top of the front of the house, and I almost passed out. Like, it was in an afternoon too, like when the heat of the day was gone. I tried painting the front of the house, and that's the front is east facing, so it wasn't like super, super hot. But I still couldn't do it. Anyway, I didn't finish painting the house. Too many excuses. That's one of the reasons. There are also a couple of other reasons I didn't finish painting the house, but I'm not going to get into those. And then the last thing I said I wanted to do in 2024 is put up a privacy fence. And in January of last year, I got a quote for a privacy fence, and the quote was $5,900, and I thought, that's not low. That is very expensive, and $5,900 would have been with the cheapest unfinished, untreated wood. So yeah, why is my computer doing this? All right, so those are the things that I said that I wanted to do this last year. So I'm gonna go over what I actually did. I have pictures and everything. This is gonna be really fun. I'm gonna go over what I actually did to renovate, to change up my cottage this past year, and then I'm gonna go over my goals for 2025, what I really want to get done, my top priorities. And of course, you know, there are things that weren't on my top priority list that I ended up doing. I'm like that. I just jump from this to this to this to this, and I'm like all over the place. If I don't feel like doing something anymore, I'll halt that project for a while and work on something completely different. That's just kind of the way that I like doing things. Anyway, what I actually did in January I tore out this wall that is right in front of me that is not there anymore because I tore it out. That is the first big project that I did in 2024, and it was in January. I remember waking up super, super early in the morning, and I was just like, I don't want this wall here anymore, and I called my mom. I asked her if it was a supporting wall. She said no, and I just took a hammer to it and ripped that sucker out. There's pop-ups all over my screen. What are you doing, computer? Okay, we're back. My computer is just, it's very, very old. This baby I got like in 2016 or something. It's a very, very old little guy, but I love him. He's been with me for so long. Anyway, I tore out this wall. This is one of the projects that I, like I said, I hop to and fro projects because I start something and I don't finish it for a really long time. So I started this project. Oh my gosh, it's doing it again. I started this project, and then I just didn't finish the edges, so the case opening is not completed, and it still isn't. It's just a big old hole in the wall, but I'm okay with that. There's other things that I am prioritizing. Also, in January of last year, I got a new couch, so that's something that I did. I got rid of my old couch, which I still miss it sometimes. Stop that! Oh, I'm getting so frustrated. Y'all, my cats and my computer, everything needs to stop. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, sometimes I still miss my old couch because my best friend napped on it, and it's just it was my first couch, sweet memory. But I really like the shape of this new one, and I like the color more, and I don't know, it's prettier. So I'm glad that I got a new couch. It was $15, and I had to clean it up a whole lot, put new feet on it, rip off the fringe, all that stuff. Anyway, I also got a washer and a dryer. I got them for $500 off Facebook Marketplace, $500 for the pair, which I think was a pretty good deal, and that is something that I do not regret buying. Yeah, I needed that because I was doing my laundry at my mom's house, and my mom lives an hour and something minutes away from me, so yep. Alright, in February, yeah, that's it for January. In February, I didn't do anything, so I have nada written there. In March, I just wrote that I didn't do a garden this year. Last year, or I didn't do a garden in 2024. In 2023, I did a garden, and it was the light of my life. I enjoyed it so much, and then I didn't do one in 24, and it's so sad that I didn't spend any time gardening outside, and I really want to do that in 2025, but we will see about that. I have some stipulations that I will talk about here in a second, but no garden. And I think in March I got the washer and dryer hooked up, like actually hooked into their spots. I don't know though, because I don't have any pictures of that, so I don't know about that. In April, I painted the ceiling in my living room, and I added the crown molding in the ceiling in my living room. So I got this leaf motif crown molding from Lowe's, and in April I only did it in the pink part of the living room, like I didn't go into the hallway at all. So that's what I did. I also started the beam in the living room, like I got the wood and I got it stained and everything, and it didn't get finished, I don't think, but it got started. Also, I planted a magnolia tree in the backyard, which it's not doing well right now. It's completely defoliated. It just looks like a twig sticking out of the ground, which I didn't know if it would live because it looked like it was a mature tree that had gotten like knocked down, and then it started growing a shrub out of the base of it. And then when I dug it out of my friend's yard, she didn't want it anymore. And so it was free. I was like, hey, free tree. The roots were so deep, and we had to cut so many roots out of it. And it did well for a while, and it bloomed for a while, but of course with the summer heat, I wasn't going out there and watering it every day because I am a bad plant mom, and it kind of just shriveled up. So we'll see what happens to it. It was free, so. I also started painting the exterior of the house in the month of April, that beautiful green color. I love it. And I painted half of the bedroom with that purpley brown color. Oh, just as another side note, this is in April, was the month where my truck completely started falling apart. My truck is a 2005 King Ranch, and it has about 300,000 miles on it, either just right under 300,000 or right over 300,000. but it has a lot of miles and it is just falling apart. And I just finished the third not the third. It's probably had to be worked on a lot more than that, but just the third major thing that I've had to do to the truck. I just got done taking care of that a couple of days ago. The big thing this past year was getting the transmission rebuilt, which cost about $3,000. So that's where a lot of my money went this year. All of my savings gone. I don't have my savings built up anymore because I used all of it to take care of that situation. So that's another reason that I couldn't like do the fence or whatever. I just had a lot of issues with my truck this past year. May, continuing to paint the exterior. In June, summer break, I finally got a lot of let me scroll down to get the pictures. A lot of time to myself and just to relax and let my guard down and just do projects that are going to take some time. Like over winter break, you can't really do that because you're obligated to go to all these parties and visit family and yada yada and spend your money on gifts. But spring break and summer break are so nice for a teacher because you don't have this looming obligation to spend all your money and spend all your time doing other things. Like you can just kind of do what brings you peace and what relaxes you, and working on my house definitely does that for me. All that to say, I bought this wood and I figured out how to make my own built-in shelves, and I put some shelves in my closet in June. I also removed the seat thing that used to be in the closet. You can see the little seat thing right there, and that's what the inside looked like, and then I tore it out and put my vanity in that spot. I still got some curious looking pipes sticking out of the floor and the wall, but I'll deal with those later. This used to be a restaurant, like when it was first built, I think in the 70s. So it's got some weird things going on. Also in June, I painted the closet shelves. I didn't continue to do this because I think I painted them in July. Oh, I don't have a picture of the shelves being painted. I'm gonna have to put a picture in this folder. Yeah, I didn't continue to paint the closet this color because I was like, maybe I made a big mistake. And so I didn't keep doing it. But the color I chose is this really pretty dark red, which is my favorite color. And I thought I wanted a color in my house, a room in my house to be my favorite color, so I decided to go with the closet. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it that color, you know, why not? I already started it, and it took like 6 coats of paint to paint those bookshelves. Anyway, July, I started my shower, or the man that I hired started my shower. And then here I finished putting the doors and the hinges on the kitchen cabinets, painted those, all that. So that's that picture. And then here's some more pictures of the shower. Continue to get that shower going. A little interruption for widening the case opening. I took out some more of this wall right here, and I'm so glad I did that. It needs to be this size. So did that, widen the case opening, and here's some more pictures of the shower continuing to get worked on. This isn't really part of the house, but I also polyurethaned my piano in the month of July, this is August now. I polyurethaned my piano in August, which made it look so much more beautiful. Why didn't I do that sooner? And so I'm really proud of that. I love that. And I also filled in the gap in the kitchen door. There was a gap behind the plywood. I filled that in with Drydex, and I painted it on both sides. So I finished that so it looks a lot more completed now. So I did that project. Alright, I started tiling the shower in August. Here we go. Started with the floor, and then I did the back wall. And I didn't finish until September, and I only have, right now, I still haven't done any more tiling in the bathroom. So I tiled the shower, and then I stopped. Like, everything outside of the shower is not tiled yet. So here in September, got all that done. Also in September, I bought a screen door, and my friend who helps me with so much, he shaved that down for me, and I stained it and I put it up, And so now I have a screen door in the front of my house, which is so handy dandy because I don't have any windows in the main part of my house that open. None of my windows open, so the only way I can air it out is by opening the front door. I did get a window put in last year. If you saw the 2023 video, I got a window put in the kitchen that opens, but in all the other places of my house, I do not have windows that open. So I did that in September. I also had the shower head installed, finished the tiling. I stripped the cabinet that is now in my bathroom, and that's a lot of work. I didn't get all of the yellow paint off of it, but I did get most of it, and I kind of like that distressed look. Oh, and here's a little video of the shower finally being done. I was so proud of that, man. I think this is the month also where the beam went up in between my living room and my hallway. I don't have a picture of that when it went up, but I'll put a picture in right here of just the beam, the way that I'm looking at it right now. It's just a faux wood beam, and I have 2 of them in my house now, and I love them so much. They add so much interest and make it look like an actual cottage as opposed to this used to be a restaurant, you know, which is one of the reasons I took out this wall right here, is because it had like a restaurant window in it, and I didn't want that restaurant vibe anymore, so I took that out. But here's that shelf all done that I stripped. Super pretty. Alright, had to check, had to make sure that the video didn't stop, and we're still good, we're still going. This is September. The beam. Oh, I also started painting the bathroom, the ceiling and the walls. I haven't finished that because I don't want to waste paint on the bottom half of the bathroom because beadboard is going to go there. And so I'm going to put beadboard there and paint that also this green color, I think. Doopy-doopy-doo. October, nada. I did not do very much in October. November, this is not a like home renovation thing, but it is a big thing for me. I got the barrister bookcases. Oh my gosh. I got 14 barrister bookcases with 3 bottoms and 3 tops. Beautiful, wonderful condition for $300. And just recently, I was at an antique shop. I'll put these pictures in right now. I was at an antique shop, and I saw one stack of 4 barrister bookcases for $900 and something, like almost $1,000 for a stack of 4. And I was like, oh my goodness, the deal that I got on these is just amazing. And now I have a cute little library nook in the back of my house that has just grown on me so much. I love it. And then the third bookcase that I have just is kind of, it's not living its best life right now. It's just housing my craft supplies, but you know, I'm using it for something. I did try a lot of different iterations of these bookcases. That did not work back there, but I do have a way that I have them arranged that I really like now, so that's great. Also in November, this is not, so barristers was the first thing. The second thing is I rearranged the living room, so I moved the recliner from in front of this doorway to right beside the couch. And I love that. I love that. I love that I moved the recliner, and it's kind of changed the feel of the living room, dining room area, and it makes me want to be in there a lot more. It's faced the TV a lot better. It feels cozier, like when my friends are here. It doesn't feel way out of the way over here. And also, like, when my friends were over here for Friendsgiving, we had one person sat in my recliner, a couple people sat on my couch, one person sat in the green chair, I sat on the floor, someone else sat on the floor, or in a chair. I sat on the floor, someone else sat in a chair beside the coffee table, like a dining chair. But it was just so much better because we were all in the same area, as opposed to before the recliner was on the other side of the walkway. So it would have been everybody around the coffee table, and then a walkway, and then the person in the recliner. So it just makes so much more sense, and I just love it. It really worked out. So that's in November. And then in December, I finally did another step in my case opening project. I got the outlet taken out of the wall that was hanging out of the wall right there. And I also got 4 new outlets put in. I got 1 outlet put in beside my hall tree, right beside my entry, beside my door. I got an outlet put in over here right behind my piano so that I don't have to have an extension cord going around the wall into the dining room for the night lights on my piano. I can just plug things in right behind my piano, which is awesome. And I got 2 outlets put in the back wall on either side of the window, low to the ground. So I don't need the one that's high up on the wall anymore, and they didn't take that one out. I guess I just didn't make that clear that I wanted that one gone. But yeah, got new outlets and got that one taken out of the case opening. Also in December, I painted the vestibule area, so right beside the bathroom. I also painted the hallway ceilings and stained the crown molding and put crown molding all throughout the hallway. And I do believe that is everything that I did in the year 2024. So that's all. Lovely, beautiful, great. All right, now on to my top priorities for 2025. I'm going to start off by saying I would like to complete the projects that I've started, just to have a little bow tied onto those. So the case opening, tiling the bathroom, and getting the counter completed in the kitchen. So those 3 things are projects that I kind of have halfway done. That I do want to complete. However, those are not my top priorities. My priorities have shifted because a couple weeks ago when my mom was up visiting me, she pointed this out to me. I did not realize, but there's a big sign. How did I not realize this? Right across the street from me that a gas station is going to be put in right across the street. So right now, I'm okay with being right on the highway because this is a very small town, a 1 traffic light town. We have to drive 10 minutes yonder to go to the grocery store. So it's a very small little bitty town. There's already 2 gas stations, but they're tearing down one of the gas stations and moving it to directly across the street from my house. So I was okay with being right on the highway because it's me and then the highway, and then there's pasture and cows right beyond me. And so there's still some kind of peace in being able to look out the window and see the cows grazing and see the pasture in the woods, and I can go down the county road for me because I'm like right on the corner of a county road and a highway. If I walk down the county road, like I don't know, walk for 5 minutes, and it will be just woods, forest. There's a cemetery, there's pine trees everywhere, there's pastures where people have cows, people have goats, like there's farms. So like that brings me peace. I'm very much a country girl. I don't like being surrounded by hustle and bustle and noise in the city, and I like to be secluded. Also, there is someone who is moving into the plot of land right next to me. They've already started working on it. They've poured a foundation, and they are getting a tiny house, and they're moving in right next to me in a tiny house. I don't have a problem with that either. I've talked to the man that's moving in. He seems like a very reserved, quiet, just one single little old grandpa man who's moving in by himself. So I think that's kind of precious. But the gas station, it gave me kind of a panic attack. And I didn't cry about it. I almost did. But I didn't cry about it, but I really wanted to. I just have to think, okay, I'm here. That's happening. I can't really change that that's happening. What can I do to make it better? And I need a privacy fence. I need another layer of privacy. Even if it's just the backyard, because I don't really like the look of a huge tall fence blocking the front of a house. Like I want the front of my house to, be seen from the road. But I do need another layer of space for myself. I feel like I need another wall. And already one of the reasons that I didn't have a garden out back this past year is because I'm right on the road. And everybody can see my backyard, everybody can see my front yard, everybody can see all around my house. You can see in my windows if my curtains are open, and there's no privacy other than the brick walls directly around me. And that was just really getting to me, and it makes me not want to be outside, even though I thrive on being outside. I love being outside. Ever since I was a little girl, I've loved playing in the dirt. I love gardening content. I will eat that stuff up, but I just won't garden on my own because I'm right in everyone's eye. Everyone driving by can see me out there working, and I don't like it. It makes me anxious. That's another reason that I didn't finish painting the exterior of my house this past year, is just so many eyes on me when I want it to be this private, cozy thing. My home, that is. So number one priority is going to be saving up for the fence. But the fence is not the first thing that I want to get done. First thing I want to get done is have the ground around my house leveled. There are a lot of bumps, a lot of stumps, there's gravel, there's all this different kinds of stuff. So that's number one, having the ground leveled. Number two would be the fence, of course, in the backyard. Not dealing with the front yard yet, but a fence in the backyard. Number three would be sprinklers. So I can seed grass and have sprinklers, and of course get a lawnmower along with that, so I can take care of my yard by myself. Anyway, so leveling the ground, getting the privacy fence, seeding grass, and getting sprinklers put in, getting a just a little push mower, and getting a small carport. If I do that, and especially it's so frustrating, my my defrosting mechanisms in my truck do not work at all very fast. They do not work fast at all, and so it'll take probably about half an hour if I fully let my windows defrost before going to work. But I usually just pull out of here half blind most of the time. Don't tell the authorities. I'm driving blind. I want somewhere to be able to park my truck where I don't have to worry about waiting for 30 minutes for it to defrost in the morning, where I can just kind of get in there and it's not frosted over on any of the windows. Anyway, so those would be my priorities. Let me go over them again real quick. All right. Priorities, of course, I want to finish the projects that I have started that I have not completed. Kitchen counter, case opening, bathroom tiling, but those are not top priorities. Those are kind of at the bottom of the list. Top priorities are leveling the ground, privacy fence, sprinklers and seeding grass, getting a lawnmower, just a small push mower, getting a carport, small carport. Is that everything? Yeah, and of course painting the exterior of the house, but that's along with the projects that I started that I haven't finished that I want to get done. So yeah, so in order to do those projects, those are such big projects. Like I said, the cheapest fence option a year ago was $5,900, and inflation has only caused that price to go up. I speculate. I mean, I'm not entirely sure. So it's gonna cost a lot of money to get the exterior of my house complete, to get it done, to get it kind of tidied up a little bit. And so I'm gonna kind of not really buy as much this year. And so the upcoming videos are gonna be a lot of talking about things that I already have. You know, decorating with things that I already have. Which I look forward to, but there's going to be less of a focus on thrifting and hauls and stuff like that, and more of a focus on just really loving on and appreciating the things that I do have, because I do love everything that I have, and also I need to be content with that while I'm waiting for something that I'm not going to call it a need, but it's something that's really important to me. It's just having another layer of protection kind of around me. So let me check and see that it's still recording. Alright, good. We're still going. So that is that. That is my 2024 cottage transformation video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the things that have gone on in the past year. And I look forward to everything that I'm going to get to do with my cottage this year. It's going to be a fun time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one if you watch the next one. Bye!